You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversations sometimes. When you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no, and it's like I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me. And that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up. And I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great.
No.
So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, J. Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's right there, J. Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
Juice on the mic, Kerry K set in the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactic sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law.
Yes, sir. Oh shit, I got this.
Oh shit, that was good. Ah,
got the crown on.
Hey, somebody get a screenshot of that. Somebody get a screenshot of that.
Oh man, what's going on?
Well, I'm digging a camel joint.
I should have put on some shea, but I just came from the pool. I just took a swim. Damn.
Oh, my nigga. Hey, swimming is great for every muscle in the body, bro. Swimming is great exercise.
Yeah.
Great exercise. And plus it sometimes you see very enticing things near water.
What's going on?
Yo, man, I'm loving life. I'm living life lovely. So real quick, because I don't forget, you and L did a joint earlier in the week, and I put a comment in a live joint. But real quick, before I get into that, guys, y'all need to check out the live joints that L and Miles be doing. I'd be like, I'm not gonna comment this time. I'm just gonna watch this shit. I'll be putting my phone down. I'll go outside. I'm not gonna comment. But then I can't help it. Anyway, I can't. I'm horrible with this shit, bro. But anyway, no. But y'all did a live joint, and I mentioned because we was talking about casual sex and just being the guy, being him. And I made a comment talking about how a lot of guys don't understand that great sex, good pipe game is actually leverage.
Mm.
And I remember you and L specifically, you mentioned that we should holler about that. So here we go. No strings, just satisfaction. Why women crave men who know how to please them.
Facts.
Right. But before we get into all of that, Miles, you got anything you want to promote, fam?
Oh, yes, of course. Guys, make sure you go get your soap, your masculine identity soap, man. It's here for you. It's fire. The scent, the lather. Make sure you get your shea butter, of course. And then, of course, also get your fragrances, masculine identity, eau de parfum, EDP. And this is Masculine Identity Sport, EDP. And then, of course, we also have Cunningham soaps. We got the lavender, we have the rose, and we have the lemon mint. The lemon mint goes hard, man, especially for my gentlemen that like to feel that fresh, like, because it comes, I put a little bit of extra peppermint oil in the solution. So when you shower, you get that fresh feeling leaving the shower, man. It's really a dope bar soap. So yeah, man.
You get a tingling sensation in the balls. That shit. That's put a pep in your step. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, look, guys. Hey. Look, and this is the soap, right?
Yeah. Is it soap? Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
J. Roman. Hey.
Get on that soap, y'all. What's good, Jay?
Yeah. What's going on, man?
All right. So
everybody hear me okay?
Real quick, before we get into this, also let me say, yeah, we got you. How you doing, fam? Doing good?
Excellent, man.
All right.
All right. That's what's up.
All right. That's what's up. So before we get into this, again, guys, the call-in line is 1-844-672-7300. Right. Also, if you have a question, put a Q followed by your question. Can you please proofread, download Grammarly? It works wonders. Do that shit. No strings, just satisfaction. Why women crave men who know how to please them. The operative word, gentlemen, is fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about anything in life, whether it be money, just enjoying life, your personal life, your love life, everything is about fulfillment. As a human being, you want to do things that are fulfilling to you. And a
Right.
lot of guys don't understand, right? When we talk about, 'cause a lot of guys, they talk about how they want to engage in casual sex encounters. Well, there are plenty of women who are down for that. Here's the problem though. For you to tell a woman, all you're going to get is this dick. A little bit of conversation right before the dick and right after, but not too much after that. For a woman to say, I'm with that, I'm cool with that. Not only does she have to be sexually attracted to you, but the encounter has to be very, 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 very sexually fulfilling. For her to say, I'm cool with just this and nothing else,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be able to put it down. And guys, it's not about performing and trying to be the best lover ever. It's just a reality of it. But I'm gonna pass it to y'all. Go ahead.
Well, I'll say this too. Not every man knows what they're doing. You understand? Like not every dude is, number one, secure with his own sexual identity, right? And if he's not there, then it's going to be hard for him to be able to please a woman, right? And the thing is that with all of this body count narrative stuff, women don't want to waste bodies. You understand? They want to fuck with a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to fuck with a dude that knows what he's doing. You know. I've had women tell me on multiple occasions, like when I find something good, and when I realize I got something good, I'm gonna do my best to hold on to it. You see what I'm saying? So, so it's like a woman, she's looking for a man that knows what he's doing. And it's the man that has a masculine identity and a sexual identity that knows what he's doing. Meaning that you have a sort of confidence in yourself to put it down, because not everybody's sexually compatible, right? But one of the things that will solidify that the possibility of compatibility is you knowing yourself, right? You knowing what makes you excited. You knowing your type of woman. You understand? Because you and this is why I talk about a masculine identity so much, and being understanding who you are so much, because so many dudes, they get with their homeboys and then somehow they all end up liking the same type of girl, and the majority of them in the friend group is virgins. So they think they like the same type of chick. Like, yeah, my bitch got to look like this. She got to look like the Instagram model, and she got to look like, Lori Harvey and blah, 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 blah. And then when they finally are in front of a woman and a woman is naked in front of them, it's like, oh shit, I just realized I like fat bitches. Like, and that's just an example. That's just an example. You see what I'm saying? So again, it's like knowing yourself, knowing what makes you as hard as the table, knowing what makes you excited, knowing what gives you that passion. That's the thing that's gonna guide you through being able to put it down correctly. And that's you knowing who you are, what gets you excited, and all that other type of shit. So remember, this is why you have to holler at the woman. Mm-hmm. See, I tell guys this. A lot of guys say that that women are the gatekeepers to sex. The truth is that men are the gatekeepers to sex, because I have to know what I like in order to know that I'm going to have, a pristine erection to make things happen, and that I got enough passion to stroke it out for a certain amount of time, to get and to give me that girth and to give me that pulsating sense of lust and ecstasy and all that other shit. You understand? To really get up in the guts and expand those walls and all that other type of shit. You get what I'm saying? Now,
Facts.
that is not going to happen if I don't know who I am and I just go talk to any random female out there. So this is why it is our responsibility to go approach the female, because it's your job to know who you are as a man and choose the prospect that speaks to who you are as a man. Because if you don't do that, you're going to end up talking to some chick and the compatibility won't ever be good. Why? Because you don't know who you are and you're not being honest about your true desires.
Let me jump in here real quick, J. Roman. Let me say this. Because one of the things I like to talk about is sexual confidence. Sexual confidence is not just you being confident in what you can do in the bedroom. It's also how confident you are at communicating yourself sexually. In and out of the bedroom, right? Meaning once you get into the bedroom, do you know how to communicate what you like and don't like immediately? Like an example would be, and I don't know why people are like this, but for whatever reason, a lot of people, they have to have sex with a person a couple times, a few times before they kind of come out their shell and get a little more vocal about what they like and don't like. Me,
Right.
I'm right away with it. I'm talking to the chick like we've been fucking for 6 months. That's how comfortable. That's how comfortable I am with my sexuality, and that's how comfortable I am with exploring hers. Right. And here's the thing, and Miles, you said something very important about your identity. Because I know who I am, and I'm very, very, very happy with who I am, and I like myself, I love myself, I'm also in tune to who I am sexually. And I can express that outwardly with no shame, no guilt, right? With glee and joy, right? So when I approach women, guys don't understand that when we talk about energy, synergy, and all that type of shit, I talk about speaking to a woman's sexuality. I'm speaking past the mask.
Right.
I'm speaking past the mask. Right. Just like when you tell a stripper, I don't want to know your stage name. I want to know your real name. In fact, tell me your nickname. Fuck that. I'll give you my own nickname. Right. So you're getting past the bullshit. A lot of guys, they stay on the bullshit. So when we talk about no strings, just satisfaction, why women crave men who know how to please them, can you please her mind? Can you stimulate her mind with conversation to get her in a mind state where she says, you know what? I'm in a market for a boyfriend, but damn, this nigga is so sexy. And if he can fuck me half as good as how he talk, I'm with it. Real quick, I'm gonna pass it to you, Jay. I had a chick tell me, bro, before we even had sex, we were talking. During the conversation, she says to me, ooh, you might just be my new fuck buddy. Now, of course, I said, well, we'll see. Hold on, slow down. I like the enthusiasm, but we number one, we ain't even fucked yet. But the fact that she was already in the mindset of not only do I want to fuck this guy, but I'm thinking based on how I'm feeling before we even get in the bed, I might want this to be a thing. But y'all got it.
Right.
You know, initially, I was like, damn, I have to realize when I was younger, I never cared. Right? Like, you're just rabbit punching when you're very younger. You're just rabbit punching. You're just happy to be in there. And you are just, hey, you ain't taking the time for pretty much nothing.
Right.
And then it instantly made me think of how sad it is for a lot of dudes not to get the experience to really know themselves on what they like. Right? Because you have to go through these stages of actually experiencing different things to say, you know what? I do like this. I don't like this. Like, I'm not one of those type of guys that can give charity.
Right.
And when you go out with the homies and, everybody, and then you look and you're like, hey, man,
one for the team.
Can you take one for the team? And it's like, mentally I want to, because I'm a team player.
Yeah. Yeah.
But performance wise, I can't.
Yeah.
Because I won't be able to. My mind works a certain way. My mind connects intellectually with people. My mind, like, I cannot, I gotta like something about you. And if I don't like nothing about you, we're not about to have a good showing. This is not going to be a fun time for you or for me. Right? So, like, you gotta know yourself on certain aspects. And like you're right, Zach, there's some guys that figure out like, hey, I like a more voluptuous woman. I know everybody's looking at this style of woman, but I like a more voluptuous woman. Some don't. I happen to like very tall women. Some dudes be like, oh man, I don't like no, man, she's 6'3". Hell yeah, she is 6'3". I like that. And I want her to put on some heels. So I'm just saying, like, you got to go through the experiences of this.
Yep.
And we always talk about these guys, how they're not even getting the numbers. And I'm not saying numbers just to get a number, right? Just to put a marking on the bed and, hey, I got another one. But just the experience of communicating and talking and being around and enjoying the fun. Part of the reason why I never worried about if I was pleasing or not, because you kept coming back and we were having fun. So it never hit my mind like, ooh, I wonder if I really pleased her.
Yeah.
Well, I seen a leg shake. I seen what happened. I was there.
I was there. Right?
She called me back.
I saw the evidence.
So, right. And the ones that didn't, oh, well, like, hey, maybe we just didn't match.
Yeah.
Because you could have an attractive person. I've been in front of a very attractive woman. It just didn't rock. She was, she it kind of cracked me up. She was too boomerangish. That's what I called her. The one that gave to me. Okay, stop. All right. Okay, did it. Like, look, if you're not comfortable, just to come in here and for us to do our thing, then say that. Say you're not comfortable yet. Let's not do it until you're comfortable. But I'm not the type to take instructions on everything now. Like this, that ain't me. So, but you got to learn what you like. And I feel like, man, the interaction, them knowing themselves as quickly as possible, like Miles was saying, will really, really start showing this up where they can start saying, okay, I know how to have a no strings satisfaction relationship, because before you require her to have it, you got to be able to do it.
Yes,
and that's the thing. A lot of guys lie to themselves because they're not even able to do it.
Yes,
they lay down with somebody. As soon as you see her talking to one of your homies, you like, hey, dog. Hey, mom, you see me talking to her? Like, you didn't see me? Like, hey, she didn't claim nobody yet. Like, what are you doing? So,
And that right there. Okay, so let's speak on that. And that's another thing. And this is what, and I did a pre-recorded video, I don't know, maybe a couple of months back, talking about how in many cases for a lot of women, casual sex encounters is very beneficial, especially for a woman that maybe right now she has a different focus on her life, maybe a career focus, maybe she's trying to start a business. Because women understand when they get wrapped up in a man, they get wrapped up in a man, emotions, mentally, everything. So a lot of times that might take them off their game a little bit. So in order for them to stay focused, they're like, you know what? I just need a guy or two. Miles, to your point, the whole body count thing, preferably a guy who can fuck me right on a consistent basis, whether it's once a week, 3 or 4 times a month, something like that, right? Consistency. Because when we talk about fulfillment, real quick, let me see, I got it. I know I got it. I got it right here, right? When we talk about fulfillment, right? We're talking about the achievement of something desired. At the end of the day, women want consistency, period. They want, desire, crave it, need it. They need consistency. When we talk about even a casual sex encounters, a woman can be emotionally unavailable, but because sexual attraction is still an emotion, there are emotions still involved. Meaning a woman can still get frustrated. She can still get irritated at certain things, right? So emotions can always be at play, but when there's consistency, it keeps the bullshit at bay. That's what the consistency does. It keeps the bullshit at bay, right? Because all you're doing is giving her good dick and consistency, right? As long as that's happening and you don't introduce the other stupid shit y'all be doing, spending the night, pillow talking. Once you introduce that, now you've included strings.
Yeah.
Because now her emotions become involved in a way they weren't involved before. And you're fucking up the whole thing. Y'all got it.
I think more women would actually have this sort of no strings attached if they really felt like it could be successful for themselves and for the other person, right? Because either one of them. And then on top of that, you really need that leader to put it back in its box, right? So, I could have a no strings attached with somebody, and they're out of town. So I got to drive out of town. So I'm staying the night. Right. But in the perspective of that, you still have to let them know that that stay the night doesn't mean anything more. It's more because the convenience of the traveling I have to do, or the traveling
Right there, but
they have to
communicate it
do.
though. As long as you're
And that's
communicating it though.
exactly. And that's where that leader comes in at, that says, hey, like, I don't want you to get too much like I'm staying the night. It's only because I don't want to spend a hotel every time I come out here. And I don't want you to spend a hotel every time you come out here. It's more convenient just for you to stay the night, get up in the morning and go. So, I used to take this thing on the road a lot. A lot of out of towners I used to drive, just drive to them and stay the night and come back. And it didn't mean any more. It did not mean anything more besides just having an enjoyable evening, spending the night with one of God's beautiful creatures and then leaving, bouncing out.
Yep.
And I think if that was able to be done successfully and consistently, and somebody put it in place, more ladies would say, okay, this can be done.
Mm-hmm.
So my example of the best time I had with somebody like this, it lasted for a while. She was going through medical school. She's becoming a doctor, and we had our arrangement. And it lasted for quite a while. But it was consistent. It stayed within his box. Now, I ain't gonna lie. There was a couple times I kind of like, I got to check myself.
You caught feelings?
Yeah.
Bro.
I had to check myself. The girl wrote me a poem, man. She wrote me a beautiful poem. The girl could sing.
The moment she wrote your appointment was over.
No. I said I checked myself. Me and my homie checked myself because it was a roommate thing. It was me and him. We roll out. Sometimes they come to us, and they can sing. And so one time we going out to eat, right? And they said, "Hey, we wrote what's y'all song?" And we didn't even know they could sing. And they was in there just singing, had our names all through the song and everything. Me and my boy looked at each other like, yeah, man, boy,
influencing the fuck out of y'all.
Hey,
y'all with words.
No, we was leaving that morning. He was like, dog, when they started to sing, I said, I know. I said, I gave her some platinum last night. I ain't even gonna lie. I was stroking like it was an Olympic, competition, and I was going for the gold and the record.
Yeah, you put the emotions in it, huh? You was doing it with passion and vigor, huh?
I was looking her dead in her eye. There you go, girl. So
was it missionary giving the eye contact?
Dead in the eye. I looked at her pupils. She looked at mine. However, we kept it, even though we had those moments, she was still in medical school, which takes a lot. And I was still who I was.
Yeah.
So, the wheels, they might have shook a little bit, but we saved it. We got it back on track. And that was that. But,
you know what it is? These situationships, you have both men and women, they're skirting the boundaries. Yeah, where the hell did Miles go? Damn, you zagging, bro. Come back. So a lot of these, what happened with a lot of people are skirting the boundaries where they want relationship energy without the commitment or the sexual exclusivity obligation part of it. That, to me, that's what it seems like they're doing. They're trying to, like, I want a girlfriend boyfriend dynamic, but without the bullshit. And when you introduce any of that non-sexual shit, you cannot control the emotional dynamic. You cannot control it. At some point, like you said, J. Roman, at some point, in many cases, more often than not, somebody is going to jump out there a little bit, right? So can you have a situation, to your point, J. Roman, where it's an out-of-town thing and you spend a night with a chick and it's just that? But even in that dynamic, you got to watch what the fuck you talk about. Because in that moment when y'all are butt naked and you got her laying in a wet spot and she laying on your chest, I make him lay in a wet spot, bro. But anyway, and she and y'all talking and shit. You know what?
I'm with you on that. You made it, you lay in it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Hey, like it's your fault. No, you made it. It came out of you. But anyway, look, check this out. But you can pull it off. But in my humble opinion, like let's say you had a roster of 3 or 4 chicks. I don't think you can pull it off with all 3 or 4 doing that. You know what I'm saying? At some point, it's going to come to a head. Yes, can you have a situation where you're introducing a little bit of that shit and then you have that communication? Yeah, but again, the moment you introduce emotions or you introduce non-sexual energy, you're kind of at the mercy of what happens on the back end of that shit, right? Because
Well,
you're opening the door for anything at that point. Yeah, go ahead.
let me break it down a little bit, so because I don't want people thinking this could happen on every occasion and stuff. There were some high priorities that were already set. Like, I don't know if anybody has had a friend or somebody that went through the medical school. They don't have a lot of time to not study, to not be focused, to not, be in the books. So there was a high priority that was already set that was going to realign us on what we were doing anyway.
Her lifestyle predicated that to be that way.
Yeah, exactamundo. So
yeah. So, and I would say that to you, and that's game for y'all right there. For you guys that want casual sex encounters, right where it's a fuck buddy, stop fucking with chicks that got all the time in the world. Fuck with them busy bitches.
Yeah. You
can't do that.
Yeah, real talk.
Fuck with a busy bitch.
I was gonna say the consistency factor is super heavy because, especially for the man, because at any given time you can break down the right wall, you can hit knock out the bottom of that vagina, and she'll get emotional, and you got to let her get emotional. You see what I'm saying? So she'll probably write you a song and shit. She'll probably do all that shit. But as a man, you gotta stay the course. So that means, even because you mentioned, J. Roman, like the fact that it was an out of town thing and it was a distance thing that you would spend the night, but you both understood what it was, that it wasn't a spend the night because I love you, but I'm spending the night due to logistics. Now, but here's the thing: when we wake up in the morning, I'm not asking you to go have breakfast. I'm not asking you to. I'm not going to get in the kitchen and make you an omelet because the sex was so. You get what I'm saying? We got to maintain. Even if you still slightly breaking the rules, it's the consistency that goes that really holds down everything. It's like the anchor for everything. It's the consistency where it's like no extra pillow talk. Like, we done fucking, let's go to sleep and get up in the morning, get right back on the road. You have a nice day, study, do your shit for medical school, do what you do. I'll holler at you next week. No extra talking during the week, no extra texting, no emojis, no voice messages, no, none of that shit. And those are the things that allow consistency. You see what I'm saying? And it's the consistency that keeps shit going. And we have to remember, a woman is everything but consistent. You understand? And that because I'm gonna tell you something. There are times when the dick could be mediocre, but if it's mediocre consistently, meaning that she could still get the nut that she trying to get, and you always show up on time, and when if she it's a consistent every 2-week thing, bro, that could keep you in there for a good while.
Fulfillment.
So this is why over at the Masculine Identity Membership, gratitude, consistency, those are the pillars of what we talk about. Like consistency and character, because the whole idea of a masculine identity is when you take out your ID, the information stays the same. That's what consistency is all about. You understand? So bro, I swear, I once had a female look at me and tell me, like, you know what I love about fucking with you is that it ain't no bullshit with you.
See,
you show up when you say you're gonna show up. You dick me down the way you. The way that you dig me down and then you leave. She was like, I just love that about you. And sometimes the consistency could get you in trouble because sometimes just the consistency alone will make them start catching those feelings, make them start writing songs for a nigga.
They get greedy. They get greedy with the consistency because they're like, if it's like this when he's fucking me, imagine if he was dating me.
Yeah.
Imagine if I was his girl. So they can like visualize and even fantasize. It would be even better. So it's almost like they're chasing a new high. And like, nah, bitch, stay right there. You can't. It's too high for you. You can't get up here. Stay down there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but real quick, even guys gotta check themselves when it comes to that too.
Yeah, facts,
bro. I had to check myself. I had to look, guys. You're human, right? You're only human. So sometimes And Jay Roman, you said, nice, lovely, you want to God's best creations, and the way she look at you, the way she talk to you, yeah, and the way she tell you, whatever you want, this body is yours all night, whatever you want to do to it. And word, right? And so it's easy to kind of, but anyway, to your point, to both of you guys' point, with the whole emotions thing, no matter what you do, in many cases, you can't help that a woman might start catching feelings, right?
Yeah.
Writing poems, giving you Hallmark cards, I had chick write me letters and give me an envelope with my name with hearts all around it. Chicks that were in their 30s and doing that shit, right? And I'm like, what the fuck, we're in high school and shit? But when women feel a certain way, they might feel like that. I've had women tell me literally, I feel like I'm a teenager again. I feel like I'm back in high school with the way I feel. I've literally had grown women tell me that shit, right? And go ahead.
No, just to add to that, you know what I've heard? I've heard it's like when I'm with you, I feel like I'm on vacation.
Yeah, it's relaxing. It's a very beautiful.
Her mind is on easy mode.
Time.
Her mind, Miles, you said it with the chick when she said there's no bullshit. Her mind is on easy mode. She doesn't have to think. Women do not want to think. I'm telling y'all, they don't want to think.
They don't want to think.
They just want to feel good.
Nigga.
That's all they want.
Women don't want to think. They just want to feel. Straight up and down. That's it right there, bro. That's it right there, bro.
And if they could do that, they appreciate it. Like, like the poem and stuff. I didn't take it as a like, I'm the best she ever had in her life. She had school with a whole bunch of cats that's about to be doctors. You think she, worried about this dude coming to town? All I know is that at that moment, she appreciated our arrangement and she expressed it in this way. And you gotta put it in those categories, because if not, you're thinking deeper than what it really is. Now you coming at her, hey, can we talk? You got time to talk? Like, and it's just like, yo, you got to calm down and put things in perspective.
Yeah.
You have to be that one. And I wish at an earlier time, good thing I was cool on this situation, but at an earlier time, knowing those things, because there was a lot of F buddy situations that the rails fell off, and it's just like, man, why this keep happening? It got to the point where I did not believe a woman could have this sort of arrangement. Every time they said they could, in my head, I'd be like, man, you lying.
You lying.
You lying. You're going to be coming at me with some BS. Yeah. You're going to be coming at me with something else, not knowing I wasn't the one maintaining what needs to be maintained, so we could have this sort of relationship.
That's it. Yep.
Bro, let me tell y'all how, and this is going to sound kind of fucked up, but how I learned to kind of condition myself to be that dude where no strings attached and women just accepted that role. Because there was times when I was younger, in my early 20s, when I was in a relationship and I was creeping. Right? I ain't gonna lie. All right. I'm not proud of that. I do not condone or advocate cheating. Guys, let women know what you want to do. But there was a time when I was creeping. So because my girl and I lived together during some of those early years, my mindset was, I don't believe in side chicks. Any chick I smash, I gotta smash the first night I meet them, because I can't exchange numbers because I got a girl. I don't want to get caught up with that bullshit, right? So my thing was, I gotta smash.
Catch and release. He was out there catching and releasing.
And if I do smash, I'm only gonna smash once, twice, no more than 3 times, right? So that way the chick don't catch no feelings and I don't get caught up. So I did that for years, right? And so even when I was single, it became my default setting, just doing that shit, right? So. And what I discovered, even 2021, well, even before that, there were chicks who were down for that. If you just fuck them, you don't talk to them, even when you see them in public. What up, girl? You might give them a hug. All right, look, I'm gonna hit you later, and that's it. Nothing else. And I had to be cold like that because I had a girl, right? Yeah. So I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to fuck up my relationship, even though I was cheating. It's kind of oxymoron to say that shit. But regardless. So my thing was, no, I'm just going to keep it like this. So I had chicks that would only hit me up for dick. And I'm like, I like this. So I just kept that going. And as you get older, you perfect it. You evolve. You get better at it. You refine it. you become more efficient and proficient at doing it. And let me just say this real quick. This is what guys have to understand. Women crave a connection with a man or men they are attracted to. Even if it's just sex, it's still a connection. It's still a connection. As long as that connection is fulfilling to women, in many cases, they will accept it. Now, this is what I will say, and I'll pass it back to y'all. The shortest relationship you will ever have is a sexual relationship. A sexual relationship is the lowest investment on and on all fronts, but it also is the relationship with the shortest shelf life. Because one thing that women cannot get from a sexual relationship over a long period of time is emotional fulfillment. They really can't get that, you know what I'm saying, from just sex, right? So this is why some women, if they're fucking with you for a while and they start to catch feelings, but you won't let them in, so to speak, they'll just stop fucking with you. They'll bow out because of how they're feeling. Or some women might badger you for it. Come on.
Yep.
We've been doing this for a while, and this is what I would say. Once a woman starts badgering you, now if a woman mentions it to you, you can tell her, girl, you already know what this is. Look, I told you what it is. This is the way it's gonna be. This shit ain't gonna change. If you ain't cool with that, you're free to bounce. But if you gonna keep fucking with me, we can't have this conversation again. Some women will shut the fuck up and deal with it. Other women will fucking bounce. Y'all got it.
Guys, go ahead and call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. The phone lines are open. It's a free call, so make sure you guys use the resources at your disposal. We got 3 gentlemen on the panel that'll answer your questions. So go ahead and call in, guys. We got any questions?
Yeah. So he says, and I told him to call in. Real quick. This is how I know a lot of you guys really do not want help, right?
Yeah,
this is a free call-in show, and you have an opportunity. You got 3 grown-ass men on this motherfucking stream who can help you, who can assist you, who can offer you some guidance along with some constructive criticism. But you said, I don't particularly want a relationship, but I want kids. It's not a predicament. It's not wise for you to have children with women you ain't really fucking with like that, right?
Yeah,
That's not from a legal perspective. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage when you have kids outside of wedlock. Okay, I'm not telling you to get married to have kids, but what I'm telling you is, if you want to father kids and you want to have, when it comes to just the legalities of it, being married is a better proposition if you're going to have kids than doing it as an unwed father. I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Something to consider. You can do it how you want to do it, but there are certain things that a woman can do outside of wedlock that she can't do if y'all was married. I'm just letting you know.
Right.
So
Zach,
my thing is,
you had said something.
Educate yourself. Go ahead.
No, before we get deep in this question, you had said something about, they would just hit you up just to have sex, right? Yeah. And right when you said that, I had to think back, like I had to learn to get to that point. I'm an intellectual dude. I got to know that you ain't dumb. If we have some conversations and stuff like that's just me. However, it was mainly me because I wanted you to be comfortable enough to say, hey, medically, this is what I might have, right? And so I groomed myself to have a few conversations and stuff like that with them and talk to them and stuff like that. But really doing that in their head put whatever we was about to do on a different plane, right? Because now I'm having these conversations that are a little bit caring. So I wasn't successful a lot of times with these sort of relationships where we just smashing and dashing or anything like that, because they felt the care that was there because I'm asking them a whole bunch of questions, and I'm only asking you a whole bunch of questions to get to the point where you're comfortable with being real with me, and so gentlemen have to understand that how you begin when you introduce and how you go about your interaction with them really matters on the type of predicament and things you want them to be in with you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Where bounce?
It saved my life a couple times too, fellas. I just want to let y'all know. Saved my life.
Well, I see this is an example of what I see as an issue with so many men, so many males, let's say, right? Because the interesting thing about life, from my experience, is that the majority of us, we know exactly what we want. The problem comes in is when we begin to fear what other people may think about what we want. You understand? Like that's that's the real issue.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just read a comment by Nice Glass.
Mm-hmm.
It just cracked me up about this question. He said, "Join a Big Brothers program or become a teacher."
I mean,
go ahead.
Yes, I look. I'm not. We could talk about it, and we could figure. We could probably say, oh well, you might be creating broken homes or whatever. Like, opinions are opinions, judgments are judgments. But I think if you to truly understand yourself and to pinpoint what you want, I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think if you got the courage to go after it, then more power to you. You understand? More power to you. But what I see is that most men, the average guy, he knows what he wants in his mind, but he's afraid to share it. He's afraid to talk about it. And most importantly, he's afraid to actually go after it.
That's
you understand? I'll give you an example. So I'll use Nick Cannon as an example, right? There was a point where he was like, fuck that. I'm doing what I'm doing. I got the money and I want kids with this chick. And he did that 12 times. And then the other day I heard him on some damn podcast apologizing, talking about, oh, well, I don't know if I did the right thing. And I'm suffering from trauma and, my family upbringing and this and that. And that. Like he's trying to be contrite or to walk back what he did. And it's like, bro, again, my thing is this. You know what your heart truly desires, but do you have the courage to put one foot in front of the other and go after it despite anybody else's opinion, despite society's opinion, despite the societal norms? Like, oh yeah, everybody should have 2.5 kids and a white picket fence and be in a monogamous relationship and only fuck one woman for the rest of your life and blah, blah. Listen, what you want is what you want. Mm-hmm. You have the courage to go after it, despite all your family members and friends that's going to judge you and look you up and down and think you a piece of shit because you don't want to be married, but you want kids. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know that there's people out there that look at me like I'm a piece of shit because I don't have any kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, you know what, my bad, go ahead.
And just real quick, I know that there's people out there that might look at me like I'm a piece of shit because I don't cohabitate with women. I don't cohabitate with anybody. You understand? I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in marriage. You see what I'm saying? So I know it's people out there that might be like, yo, this nigga Miles is a weirdo. But I have the courage to know what I want and to put one foot in front of the other and to make it fucking happen. You see what I'm saying? So that's the real challenge of being a fucking man. You understand? Go ahead, Kay.
Yeah, no, let me say this real quick. And this is for all you guys listening. And to your point, Miles, and J. Roman, to your point earlier when you was talking about the arrangement you had with the out-of-town chick, y'all can have any relationship you want. You can set the terms and conditions any way you want, no matter how goofy it is. Here's the thing, though. No matter what type of relationship you choose to embark on, there are pros and cons to everything. Exactly. There is no 100%. This is 100% going to be the best ever. It doesn't exist.
No, nope.
Right? There's too many variables, and you're dealing with another person. Another. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. So, and this is what I mean when I say have the courage, because not just to have the courage to deal with other people's opinions of you, but to have the courage to deal with all of the subsequent challenges and obstacles that will come with your decision.
There you go.
So
right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if you're the type of guy where you're very sexual, there's going to be a lot of women who are attracted to you, but who are looking for something more meaningful, who ain't going to fuck with you, who otherwise would. Right? Yeah. Just like if you're a guy and maybe you don't like to be sexual, you're trying to offer a bunch of dates, there's going to be a bunch of women who don't want a bunch of dates. They just want some dick right now. And because you're being too passive, they're not going to fuck with you. So it doesn't matter what fork in the road you take. There's going to be women that's cool with it and women who aren't. The problem with a lot of guys is y'all don't know how to dictate and own the road that you're taking.
Yeah.
And make it your own, right? A lot of you guys, you take a road paved by others instead of just making your way. But when you make your way, you have to stand on it. No matter the results that you're getting, you have to say, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to stand on it. Now, again, when we talk about no strings, just satisfaction, why women crave men who know how to please them, it's not just the physical act of having sex. And we all said it. It's the consistency, right? And I say this in a video. Here's the truth of it. You're either useful or useless when it comes to dating. Period. Nobody is going to fuck with you if there's no benefit to fucking with you. So you can either dictate the type of benefit you offer, or you can be dictated to and told what kind of benefit you're going to offer. Okay, and that's the difference between guys who have game and guys who don't have game. Even when we talk about the topic, right? If you want to have a situation that's just sex or mainly sex, then you have to dictate that to the woman. You have to assert that dynamic in your interactions with women so women know what it is. And so they can choose that thing. Baby girl, if you're fucking with me, this is what it's going to be. Now, if a woman is feeling you, you have influence in that moment to begin to dictate how that shit is going to go. But guys, here's the thing. Once you start following women, there will always be strings. If you follow women, there will always be strings attached.
Right.
No, I think you made a good point, Miles, when it comes to that question with the guy wanting the kid, but without the relationship there. But we all know how that could be. That's going to be a task at hand. It's you could always adopt. My thing is you could always adopt. You do your paperwork, do the background checks and all that other stuff, and adopt the child. But if you want with your DNA, you can't control another person. That's why you build relationships with people where you guys are on the same page. You try to be on the same page with things, so that way you know how things possibly could go, right? And not saying it's always going to go like that. There's people with great relationships, had kids, and they still divorced, right? And now there's a split home. But however, there's a mutual love for that child that is supposed to be there for that child's well-being, where you guys can come on a page to and say, okay, this is going to be the best thing for the child, this and that. So to say it to me, like, hey, I want a kid without any relations, there is a big road you got to go. Because now, how are you going to get a child with your DNA and have a woman who carried this child for 9 months give it up? And I'm not saying there's some that won't give it up. There possibly is somebody that will, but that's a whole nother road.
Just a lot of variables.
But there's a lot of variables in that, and you have to be able to live and cipher through all those variables, and still be cool and know what you want. And I think, that's the consequences of your decisions on how you go about with that.
Okay, I want to get on this real quick. So he says the female is inherently sexual in nature, but the male has to depend on what someone else says about it, what makes it harder for him to embody for himself. I disagree. So, we're as human beings, we're all sexual. All of us are. Here's the problem. Okay. Number one, we're all sexual. The problem is society, right? A lot of people have been conditioned to view sex certain ways. So a lot of people find it hard to express their sexuality to people because of shame, sexual oppression, judgment, ridicule, whatever. See, here's the reality for women. In order for a woman to truly express her sexuality, she needs to be dealing with a man that's expressing his confidently. So that way she can come out of her shell. Right. That's because remember, women receive. Women receive. So when a woman receives a confident masculine man who knows, shout out Miles, his masculine identity, she can take that mask off and she can bask in her femininity and her own sexuality. And she can say, I see you, boo. I see you. Come get this. Right? So when I speak to women, when women are revealing to me that they do indeed desire me sexually, it's because of the energy I'm coming with. They feel compelled to be like, I'm seeing what he's coming with, I'm feeling it, and I'm feeling it too. Let me show him. Let me reciprocate that same energy. So when you say a female is inherently sexual, both of us are. Now, males with no game, see, they depend on what someone else says about it. They depend on validation from women. They depend on acceptance. They depend on compliments. Males, they depend on that, right? Right. This is why a lot of guys, they talk about that quote unquote sexual market value, how a woman is born with hers, but a man has to earn his. See, this question or this comment that you're making, that's exactly what that is to me. How a woman is born with her sex, but no. Because you got to remember, a lot of women, when they're younger, they're sexually repressed, bro. They're told, oh, sex is super sacred, sex is super special. And then when they have it, they're like, there's nothing special about what he's doing. Like, what's the fuss about? And that's the reality of sex. The physical act when women first start having sex doesn't match the fantasy that was put into their head by society.
Right.
Y'all got it.
Yep.
Really?
Real quick. Guys, call in 844-672-7300. The phone lines are open. Call in 844-672-7300. Go ahead.
No, I think they're afraid of just the rejection of whatever they thought of in their head, so they don't say it. They're afraid of missing out, or this woman getting up and leaving. Oh, I don't want to do that. So instead of saying, "Hey, I'm gonna find the person that wants to do this," they're afraid of the ones that don't want to do it, and so they don't want to say, "Hey, this is what I like to do." I was a young head, and a cat a little bit older than me. he had this bag, this paper bag. And he's like, all my chicks wear paper bags. I got a thing for it. I don't know why. Right? And so if they didn't wear the paper bag, he wasn't smashing.
Wow.
And seriously, he had this paper bag, and there was lipstick marks all up in the paper bag, and just like I was amazed. Like, man, that's some stuff that that's weird to me.
Yeah.
But that was his kink. That was his thing. Like, and if you don't wear it, this ain't gonna continue. And I'm over at his house, a chick come out with a paper bag on her fucking head. Bro, and I'm like,
it's funny you should say that, right? Because my thing is, and this always has been my thing. My thing has always been, if I'm having sex with a chick and it's getting to look like maybe a potential fuck buddy situation where we're on the second or third time, the second or third time always has to be in public. Within the first 3 times of me fucking a chick, one of the times it has to be public every time, right? And the reason why is because I want to see just how sexually submissive she is. Because see, a woman can have sex with you at her crib, at a hotel, at your crib, right? Because she wants to be sexually gratified, right? So she has a vested interest in doing it because she benefits. But when I say, look, I'm gonna need you to meet me at this movie theater, wear a skirt with no drawers. We're gonna sit in the back, in the very, very back. And she say yes, right? I'm not gonna name no other places, but that's I'm gonna keep it there. But my point is, I want to see when I'm instructing you to do something very specific when it comes to sex, what you gonna say?
Right.
I need to see that, because if you're resistant to that idea, then I know, okay, I can keep fucking you on some fuck buddy shit. But now I know I can never take you seriously because there's limitations to how submissive you would be sexually. Can't have it. Ladies, I need all of you. I need you to let it go. Relinquish all of that shit. Give it to daddy. Let me quarterback this. Yeah, I got it.
Right. Real talk.
Jillian, is that her name? I don't know if it was the same paper bag. I know that on one of the paper bags I seen had multicolored lipstick, and on 2 occasions I seen ladies wear the bag. I thought it was disgusting, but hey, that was his thing.
My bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all look, guys, call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. The
Yeah,
phone
y'all
line
got
open.
questions, but ain't nobody come. Yo, we will end this motherfucker early. We will end this early. Look, guys,
But
I have this event that I'm. Go ahead.
All right, we got
Yeah, that
980.
clock works. See, why we always got to threaten y'all with ending the show early?
We got 980. You are on live with the Manhood is a skill set show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Israel 26, Tennessee. What's going on, gentlemen? How's it going?
Israel, what's going on with you, bro?
what's going on?
Not much, man. I'm just about to get out here and, continue to be a student and soldier in the game, man. And, it's a beautiful day. Just wanted to share really quickly because this topic, so far I, just came in like 20 minutes ago, but I'm loving the stuff. And, this is just a callback to what you said, K. Zagan, about how, based on our last coaching session, let me tell you, when you alter the mindset, the mindset is what's really key. Because I'm saying, man, like, yeah, I'm kind of, tired, but I said the game still has to, go on regardless. So, because as you guys said, and this is what you said, Miles, especially yesterday on the show, is that, manhood and game, you're on 24/7 on the clock, right?
Yes, sir.
So, based on the coaching sessions that I had with both of you, and when you guys said, hey, just tweak these 2 things, because I'm not going to give that away because that's, our time in session. That right there was basically like the catapult that basically took me to another level, and that's going to take me to other levels. And the reason why is because now my mindset is like, wait a minute, it's a nice ass day out here. And I said, you know what? Like, Israel, what are you doing? The reason why these chicks are out here in these, nice tight leggings, with the nice ass in jeans and a healthy high self-esteem is because they're dying and hoping that I come outside and step to them. So if anything, I'll be doing a disservice if I'm not outside, basically matching on these chicks.
Facts.
So that's my mindset. So whenever I'm out going to the malls, I'm like, wait a minute, these women, they come in these malls acting like they want to shop, but really they're just shopping for a motherfucker with me, like me. So
Okay,
I say that to say,
real quick, Israel,
Oh.
real quick. Let me say this, real quick. My bad. I'll pass it right back to you. What guys, to your point, Israel, what guys need to understand when you guys go out to these bars, to these events, clubs, and all these, festivals and all that, the same reason you're there is the same reason why a lot of the women are there. Now, some women are just going out to just enjoy themselves, but they are open to being approached by men. I need guys to understand there are women who are down to being approached by men. Now, let me also say this. There are women who go out for the sole purpose of trying to meet new men. They want to meet new men. Women want to meet men. So for guys to think there's 100 women in this bar and none of them are there to meet men? Come on now. Go ahead, Israel.
No, yeah. And what's crazy is that that was one of the key things that, you guys always talk about. Even you, Miles, and Lakara talk about this, is that the reason why shit doesn't get popping off with women is because a lot of times guys, and I used to think this, that, women either A, don't love sex or don't want to be talked to or approached. But, in the past week, when some of the women I've approached, they have like that mean mug face. But the moment I step to them, it's like they fix up quick and like they're all smiles and shits and giggles and whatnot. And let me tell you, I'm like, oh, now I see what the fuck they're talking about. It's like every time, every situation basically clarifies what you guys talk about. And I'll even say this in closing. The reason why I go out, like, mind you, yeah, I go out to enjoy myself, but, I used to think that I treated, approaching women like a chore, but then I realized the fun in it. And where I realize where the fun is when I go out to meet women and, work on my game 24/7? I'm basically chasing myself each and every time. Meaning, I want to see what Israel is like in each situation and how he responds, whether things go good or bad. And pretty much, I'm just running after myself. So it's not the woman, it's me that I'm running after. Right. And when I'm going to tell you that the results have been great, because I literally thought that, wait a minute, is this like accidental? But I had to stop myself because a wise motherfucker said, don't know accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game. And newsflash, guys, I'm a motherfucker that got me some motherfucking game. Okay? Like, that's one thing I realized. Like, I got me a little bit of game just being under you guys. So I want to thank you. You guys are the truth. I'm about to throw on my sneakers and go out here and get this shit because guess what? As men, we go out and we get this shit and create our circumstances because that's what the fuck we do. Thanks. So I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the show. You know, keep spinning your game. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Israel. Thanks for calling, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. You got to create the circumstances that you want in this life. We had some missed calls on the other end. So guys, if you hear me, y'all could go ahead and call back. Because only one call could come through at a time. So I think it was 769. Go ahead and call back, or 263. Go ahead and call back. All right.
You know what, Juliana, you know what? That's some real shit. She says no woman is going to wear those shoes, that dress, and do her hair to not want men to approach. Guys, do y'all think women are spending all that money getting their hair done and wearing them uncomfortable heels just because?
Right.
No. I went out, Afion Crockett, you know, he's in San Antonio, and I went on Thursday, right? Because I wanted to avoid the weekend crowd. I went by myself. I went dolo. And there was a lot of chicks. Can you put on my hold real quick?
Yeah. 263. Hold on 1 second. Don't hang up. 263. Don't hang up.
Okay, real quick. There was a lot of single chicks in that motherfucker. There was chicks in groups and 3s and 4s and 5s by themselves.
Yep.
When Avion got to talking about casual sex and dick, there was a large section of women saying, "I just want dick. I don't want all that bullshit. I just want some dick." Right. So I'm just letting you know there are women out there that are about that. But go ahead.
All right. 263, you are on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
My name is Takutwa. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Zimbabwe.
All right. Good to have you, man. What's your question?
My question is, how do I improve on my bids? I've been introducing myself. I've been stating the reason why I've been approaching them. But then when I then get the number, I then tell them to text me. Is there anything wrong with that? Or should I remove the part whereby I tell them to text me?
I'm not sure what the question.
So he said
can you repeat the question?
And then he tells him to text him, and he's trying to figure out. But caller, all right. So you get their number, correct?
Yes.
You tell them.
I give them my number.
You give them your number, and then you tell them to text you, correct?
Yes. Then some of them are not texting. Then the ones that are texting back, it's like they're not.
Caller. Okay, caller. Okay. We got you. So why? And I need you to think about what I'm asking you before you answer the question. Why are you giving women your number and saying, text me? Why are you doing that? It's not a right or wrong answer. I just need to know why you're doing it. Go ahead.
But
I said it's not about a right or wrong answer. I just need to know why. Why are you motivated to do it how you're doing it? Go ahead.
Okay. I see that if a woman can follow instructions, that's a woman who I can have something with in terms of.
What's his name?
You didn't give her instructions. Okay. Real quick. Yeah, what's your name, caller?
His name is something else.
Takutwa.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Real quick, let me just say this, J. Roman. Okay, caller. The reason why I'm asking you, why are you doing that? You really don't know why you're doing that. You heard that from someone. So here's the thing. I'll just use myself as an example. I'm not going to give a woman my phone number unless she commits or consents to seeing me again. So if we're having a conversation right now face to face, And if I want to set something up, whether it be sex or a date, I'm going to let her know that I'm interested in whatever one I'm interested in, right? And if she's also interested, then I'll hit her with the number. So when she texts me or call me, she knows exactly why she's doing it. See, you're talking about text me. She's texting you for what? What is she texting you for? What are you trying to do exactly?
Okay. I'm trying to have a sexual relationship with her.
No,
So how you're gonna do that? Okay, hold on real quick. I'll pass it back to you, Jay Roman. Real quick. How you're gonna do that if you're not flirting when you first meet her? All right, Jay Roman, you got it.
Okay. That's true. I haven't been flirting when I first meet her. And I'm starting to realize that I got it from Steve had said that you say excuse me, you introduce yourself, you tell her the reason why, then you give the number.
So what do you tell her? What do you tell her is the reason why? What do you tell her is the reason why?
I tell her that you caught my attention.
No. Okay, listen. So caller, here's the thing. Everything. Shout out to Steve, right? But if you follow Steve like you should, you would. Steve, there's something else that Steve says. He says that everything. Action is truth is in action. Okay, I don't know if I got that right, but shout out to Steve. Like I said, he said there's only truth in action, right? Or action shows truth, or whatever, right? You telling her that she caught your attention, that's not action. The whole thing we're trying to get you to get to is, what is the plan? After she got your information, what are we going to do with that? What are we doing with that? Why do you want her to have your number?
Okay. I want her so that she can text me, then I can set up a date so that we can meet up and fuck.
Is this what? Go ahead.
Do you say that to the girl?
No, I don't.
Okay. That's one of your issues. Go ahead, Jay Roman.
No, we got all of us was thinking the same thing. Why are you telling her to text or call you? And if she doesn't, why was the initial here? I'm giving you my number so you can text me and that's it. Like what is the instructions that you said? Because you said you want to see if she follows instructions. What are the instructions that you are giving her?
For me, the way that I thought about it, I thought that me just telling her to text me would be the instruction.
Okay, but there's no why she should text you.
Yeah, there's no why.
Right? Like I wouldn't come up to you and say tie your shoes unless they were untied. Right? Tie your shoes. I don't want you to trip. There's no why behind it besides call me. There is no instructions besides call me. So when she calls you, you don't pick up, she hangs up, she says, well, I called you. Is that it?
That's true. That's what has been happening. Like with the recent two, there's one who texted me. Then I just said, hey, it ended off like that. So I'm seeing that has been what has been happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to go back to Steve because
So guys, if you guys are getting coaching, or if you're watching whoever you're watching and you're getting insight from them and you're trying to implement what they're talking about, number one, you're not implementing nothing. Caller, here's the thing, and this is something y'all still don't get. You're not going to get sex walking up on women talking about, here's my number, text me, and that's all you do. And you think women are just going to want to fuck you on the strength of that. No, if you're talking about getting sex, caller, do you think you can meet a woman in the middle of the day and be fucking in an hour after meeting her? Do you think that's possible?
Yes, I think it's possible, but I don't think I don't think I'm able to do it at the moment.
You don't think it's possible for you. You see what I'm saying? But here's what you're doing. Now, think about what you're doing. You said, I don't think it's possible for me to be that kind of guy, but yet I'm approaching women, telling them to call me because I want sex. So you're not doing the things that guy does. Do you not understand that? You're not doing what's necessary to get the desired result. You're half-assing it. You're being half-assed with it. Do you understand that?
And your mindset fucks up your reality because you don't believe it's actually possible for you. So you're approaching these women with the energy that it's not possible. This is why you're afraid to tell them the plan. This is literally why you're afraid to tell them the instructions on why you want them to take your number. Do you understand that, caller?
I now do understand that.
Yeah, it's your mindset. You see, a lot of you guys think that just to follow the initial instruction, right? That that the woman is just supposed to, that the woman is some type of puppet or robot that is gonna just fall in line with whatever you're talking about. No, she has to have a reason. She has to see value in the situation as well. We were just talking about that at the beginning of the show. Why does a woman crave a man who knows how to please them? But see, what did you just say about yourself? You said you believe it's possible, but not for you. So are you even a man that knows how to please this woman when you can't even give her instruction on when and where to show up on a date and to give her instruction on why she should take your number? You caller, you see, again, a lot of you are trying to grow a plant without planting a seed. You understand? A lot of you are trying to build a house without setting the foundation. A lot of you are trying to make a woman do what the fuck you want her to do when you don't even know what you truly want. There's something missing. You're definitely putting the horse. You're putting the horse before the carriage, or the carriage before the horse, or some shit. You're going out of order. Meaning you haven't solidified the belief of your reality with yourself, but you're trying to get the woman to. It's like you're trying to get the woman to do it for you.
Right there.
And
God damn it.
You could take it out of your interactions with women, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you do for a living. I don't know what, but how can you be a leader if you don't believe you can be a leader? You can't. You got to have that belief in yourself first to move on. So you're asking them to do something that you don't even have an answer to what to do if they actually did do it.
Right. And you don't think it's possible for yourself.
Now, when Zach put that question out, I said, "Oh yeah, it's possible." But no doubt, it's possible. It's possible to give my number and say, "Hey, I know I ain't said one word to you. I got to go right now. Here is my number. Call me. I want to see what you're about."
But see, right there though. But peep that real quick. Even the hypothetical that you said, you're saying something. These guys talk at women. Hey, I'm attracted to you. Take my number. Call me. Text me. Bye. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, but it's. I think one. Are you getting coaching by Steve?
No, I was watching his videos.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought, because a lot of times
half-ass.
Everybody does it. It's not just you, but everybody does it, where we look at something and we try to apply it, but we miss the whole entire thing.
Yep.
And if Steve resonates with you, because it sounds like you do, because you were looking at his videos and trying to implement it, you might want to just invest in yourself, get on his program so he can show you the whole entire thing.
The whole thing.
Right.
Not just bits and pieces of it.
Right.
Right there. You're cherry picking. And here's the thing. When you cherry pick, you don't understand why we see, guys, when y'all try and take little things that we talk about, you have no clue why we do what we do. You have no clue why. Right? So guys think, oh, I heard him say this, or he said he did this, and you think what we said is going to automatically have panties dropping. No, bro, it's way more to it than just uttering a couple of fucking words. Because even if the woman texts you and she says, "Hey, I'm texting you. What's up? What you gonna do now? What you gonna do now? What you gonna do now?" Right? So at some point, you gotta man up and tell the woman what's on your mind. At some point, because all you're doing is wasting your time. Okay, and I need you guys to. And let me just say this real quick, Caller, you're skipping steps.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll talk about this all the time. For all you guys, if you wanted to be a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer, there is very specific steps you have to take to have these careers. You can't do anything different. You can't take a different path. You can, no. There's a very specific pace or things you got to do to have those careers. If you want to have sexual encounters with women that are casual, and you want to have fuck buddy situations, there are very specific steps you need to take, and you can't skip none of them. There are no shortcuts, and that's what you guys try and do.
Mm-hmm.
It's human nature. I was going for a job. The classes and the certificates and everything I needed to take were here, and they already started. So I could catch the next one, but what I tried to do was shortcut that and find just anybody that offers these sort of classes or whatever. And I took it for about 8 months. I missed the start of the next one. And then I found out that the job didn't consider this or accredited this with the classes I took. Right. So I messed up, and I wasted a lot of time.
263. Hold on. 263. Don't hang up. All right. Go ahead.
I messed up, and I wasted a lot of time doing one thing to try to avoid something else, to misstep and rush and not take everything I needed to do because I didn't read through it completely to say, hey, this is the only place I can get this from. This job only looks at this area for this.
Right.
And the thing is, you guys, you callers, man, a lot of you callers are very smart. And I think that you're very efficient, but don't waste your own time by shorting yourself, by cheating yourself, when you can just get on the program and be at a better spot now than you were even if you were just taking tidbits from different little videos.
Exactly. 263. Is this the same dude?
Yeah, it's the same dude. My phone is cut off.
You got disconnected. Okay. Yeah. So do you understand what we're saying? Like you're missing. All you did was look at a video from Steve and try to do one aspect of what he instructs, and you're missing a huge part of the other aspects of it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you need to do? If you like Steve and you like the stuff he talks about, then why not get coaching from him?
Right now, I'm on internship, so I'm saving up money to go for coaching with Steve.
Okay. All right. Well, keep saving, bro. But the bottom line is, and look, there's nothing wrong with trial and error, but at least you called in to find out what you're doing wrong. But yeah, you're missing a big part, and it's gonna take a mindset shift as well, because you, again, like I said, you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself because you believe it's possible, but you don't believe it's possible for you. Those were your words. This is not something I'm saying about you. This is not something I'm trying to make up. You said that. You remember you said that, right?
Yes, I said that.
Okay, so it's, you realize that it's a mindset shift. It's not just about coaching. It's not just about watching the videos and trying to use these little, tactics and different little things. Like, you got to start to believe in yourself. Like, why would you do something if you didn't believe it was possible? You understand? Like, that's weird, bro. That's weird. Like, Caller, do you know how to ride a bicycle?
Yes.
Before you got on a bicycle to learn how to ride, did you visualize yourself riding it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. That's how it works. Yeah. That's a part of what they call manifestation. And when they call it manifestation, yes, it's way more romanticized. But the bottom line is this: your mind sets the stage for the possibilities of things that can happen. And it's just so peculiar, right? It's crazy that if you cannot at least visualize it, guess what? It's going to be more difficult for shit to happen. Period. That's just how it works. So until you truly believe that whatever you're trying to accomplish is possible for you, not to say that it can't happen, because some people don't believe that something can happen, and through dumb luck, it still fucking happens. That's cool. That happens as well. But what I'm saying is the chances and the probabilities of something happening, it increases a lot more when you actually can visualize it and when you actually believe that it's possible.
Let me jump in here real quick. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. And I want guys to understand something. Guys, if you want something to happen, right? When it comes to these videos, for all the guys, if you're having moderate success, some of these videos can help you. It can give you little gems to maybe help you with this or that. But if you're having difficulties where you're not having sex at all, and women aren't even going out with you, you're not having any type of consistency where women are wanting to meet you, you need coaching. Watching these videos, they're not going to help you. They're not, because there's a lot of things that we're talking about where we're not giving you details. Right? Now, we might speak of it in a detailed way, but we're not giving you details because you don't understand the method of our madness, why we do what we do, right? Why, we think how we think, right? Our mindsets and how we move, bro, this is years in the making. We didn't just wake up last week. Years, decades in the making, right? So a lot of you guys, you want to turn into overnight players by watching a couple of videos. Don't work that way. I promise you it doesn't. It does not. Now, again, if you're the type of guy, like I'll use someone as a prime example. I'll use Rekka, the guy that always call you your show, L. You and L show, Miles.
Yeah.
If he got coaching, he would be a beast.
Mm-hmm.
If he got some coaching, he would be a beast. Because he can attract women. He has no problem attracting women. And there's a lot of guys that are like that. They have no problem attracting women, but because they have weak game, because they're insecure, because they have self-esteem issues, because they're always seeking validation, right? And Rekka's problem is he's looking for something through the casual sex encounters. He's looking for something, okay? That's why he keeps introducing non-sexual shit to it. Anytime you have casual sex encounters and you keep introducing non-sexual shit for no reason, see, as a man, real quick, let me just say this. As a man, if you're having casual sex encounters with women, and if you're going to introduce non-sexual shit, there has to be a reason why you're doing that. There has to be a reason, because you have to understand the potential fallout once a woman gets emotionally involved. So if you're just arbitrarily just doing shit without understanding the ramifications of it, that means you're reckless, you're undisciplined, and you could potentially be looking for something emotional through what you're doing, which is why you don't understand the error of your ways, right? But some of y'all need coaching. Like, again, if you have moderate success, if you're getting some pussy, but you're just a little inconsistent, some of these videos can help you here and there. But caller, and for a lot of y'all need coaching.
Yep. All right, caller. Let's give somebody else a chance to call in. All right.
It's okay. Thank you.
All right, take it easy, man. Yeah, man. We international out here, man. They calling from Zimbabwe, nigga. That's what's up.
Right.
So we got 769. Go ahead and call back if you're able. 769, area code 769. Go ahead and call back if you're available. Shout out to William Kime. He said it's called putting the cart before the horse. That's what I meant to say. He said can't call in road trip with my kids, but listening on my headphones. Appreciate the game. Hey, shout out to William Kime, man, because I just want to point something out. That's a man that understands his priorities. You understand? He's still listening to the game, but he on a road trip with his kids, putting in that father time. You understand? So shout out to him. And he still was able to, in 769, hold on 1 second. He was still able to correct me, right? Because William Kime fuck with horses all day. So he know the phrase. But shout out to him for making sure he prioritized what he got to prioritize, putting his kids first. Shout out to him.
And real quick, real quick, and William Kime is one of them individuals. Shout out to him, where he can listen to free videos and get a nugget or two and be straight.
Mm-hmm.
Get a nugget or two and be like, you know what? I didn't consider that perspective. Let me go ahead and put that in my tool belt. He's one of those guys that can do that because he already got it going. But if you're the type of guy where you ain't got it going and you need to get the fuck up off the ground, you need coaching.
You need coaching. That's
you gotta have a tool belt to put stuff in the tool belt. Some of y'all ain't got a tool belt at all.
That's right.
All right. 769. You are on live with the Manhood is a skill set show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
Eaters, Vicksburg, and 26.
Eterius, what's going on, man? You age 26. How can we help you, bro?
Basically, I want to knock one of the bitches at my job.
Excuse me?
You want to take down one of the ladies at the job.
You want to knock one of the bitches up at your job?
No. Not knock up. No.
What did you say?
Knock.
Oh, you just want to knock them. You want to fuck one of the chicks at your job.
Yeah.
So Eterius, is this the chick that we talked about? Because Eterius be getting coaching, but I swear he be forgetting and shit. So is this the chick that we previously talked about, brother?
No, different chick.
Boy, you love them chicks at your job, huh? You can't help yourself, huh?
What type of style of job you work at, man? Like, is it a warehouse? Is it a office building? Like, you ain't gotta tell me the company, but what style of at your job?
What you mean, what style?
Is it a warehouse you work at? Is it an office building you work at? Is it
an office job? Do you work at the mall? The restaurant?
Okay. Restaurant. Okay.
So is this a chick that has been working there for a while, or a new chick?
I think she's been working there for a while. I don't really know.
How long you been working there? How long you been working there again?
I started there like a month ago.
So you met her on day one?
No, not on day one. It's been a while, but yeah, I met her.
So has it been a month since you first met her, more or less, give or take a couple of days here or there?
Yeah.
Okay. So real quick, I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna pass it to Phil. I'm gonna be brief. I tell you guys, and I did a video talking about this. This is a mistake that you guys make. For all you guys that are in college, whether you're older, younger, and you have a college class with some chick or whatever, or you work with chicks. No, number one, I tell you guys, stop fucking with chicks at your job. We understand that office romance happens. We understand that. But a lot of you guys, you don't meet women outside. You try to hit on bitches at your job. Now, here's the mistake that you guys make. And Eterius, this is probably going to be something for you too. So for 30 days, you seen this bitch, you smiled at this chick, made googly eyes with the bitch, had, conversations that don't mean nothing. So in 30 days, she's already formed a perception about you. It's already been formed. She's already formed it. So in 30 days of working with you, she knows if she views you sexually or not. Now, chances are, if you work at a restaurant, because you guys are in close proximity, in 30 days, if she hasn't said anything or done anything to clue you in that she's feeling you, more than likely she isn't. Y'all got it.
Is this a promotional job for you? Like, did you get promoted? And this is
yeah, something like that.
So you made a move. You got rid of your last job. Did you get fired for hitting on women at your last job, or you walked away from the last job? You resigned.
No, I didn't get fired from hitting on the women. I always did that.
Okay, so you resigned and you got sort of a better job on this one.
No, I got fired from like a different department. Then the person that was up above everybody else told me I could come back and work at a different store.
Okay, why did you get fired from the other store?
Because the last manager there.
Did you try to smash the manager?
No, the manager was just being very vulgar and disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
All right. I wanted to make sure we weren't repeating the same mistakes, right? So you got this job here, and your first thing here is you concentrating on this chick. You about to start hitting on her and a whole bunch of other things that look good to you, right now. Why don't you just concentrate on the job? Do you go to school? Because you're 26. Are you still in school? Do you go to school?
No, right now I got 2 jobs. I'm in the process of getting 3.
Okay, so you basically working a lot. Do you go hang out at all? You got any partners? Y'all hang out? Y'all go out to the local whatever restaurants and other things when you're not working?
No, I mostly just stay in South House.
Okay, that might be it. Your surroundings is nothing but work. You might want to get out and meet some other people besides at work. Because is she really all that good looking to you?
No,
Because sometimes like when you're working at a job and you're there all the time, like there's like a cute girl that normally if you was at a club you wouldn't even holler at her at all, but because she's there around you so much, she's the better one out of everybody you're working with, but she's really not what you would normally consider all that, but she's all that for that job.
So, Caller, did I just hear you say that she's not that good looking?
basically.
So what are we doing? Why do you want to knock her? Hello?
No, I'm still here.
See,
like that's what I thought. I was like, hey, you got to get out and invest some time in yourself to get out and meet people, man. You're not even really attracted to somebody that you're attracted to. She's just there at your job, and probably one of the only things that's kind of cute walking around, and you're like, I guess I want to knock that because it's easy. She's around you. She has to be around you. Like you guys know that when you work somewhere, those women have to be around you. So it's not really like a thing where you're like, she wants to be or she has to be around me because she works here.
Jay Roman, let me say this real quick. I'm gonna pass it right back to you, brother. Let me say this real quick. For two things, Terriers. Number one, I'm very, very disappointed in you, my brother. I'm hurt that you called with this shit, especially because you said she ain't all that cute, which makes me believe that you're sexually frustrated and you just want to stick your dick in something. So this is what I would tell you, and hopefully as you get older and you mature, you'll grow out of doing that, just sticking your dick in something because you're horny, right? And actually make these women live up to a standard. Guys, even when it comes to casual sex encounters, there should be a standard that a woman adheres to or abides by before she can get your dick. The second thing, and I'll pass it back to you, Jay, is for you guys that go to school with chicks or work with chicks, the very first time you see them and you say to yourself, I wouldn't mind smashing that, I would strongly suggest that you have a conversation with her right then and there. The moment you see her and have that thought, have that conversation right then and there. Real quick, I've had, office situations where I'm fucking chicks, and when I did, that's how it always happened. The moment I saw him and said, I like what I see, I want that, the conversation began right now. The moment I met them, not 2 weeks, 30 days, 60 days, and I work up the nerve to talk to them. I'm talking to them right when I first see them. Y'all got it.
I believe he said, I like what I see, I want that in his head, people. I want you guys to understand.
Yeah.
That was in his head.
Right.
Not directly to him. He wasn't trying to get fired on the first day.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that.
Hey man, I just whose program are you underneath? Zach, are you taking advantage of it and actually calling and talking to him?
Not consistently.
Okay, see, that's the first thing you got to work on. Consistency is key. It's been said 1,000 times, right? But new callers and new listeners and stuff will kind of look like, man, they talk about women. They say the game ain't about women, but they talk about women. And it really is, the game really ain't about women. If you're not even consistent with yourself, how can you be consistent with somebody else? Because if you're not even consistent with yourself, which is going to be more helpful and help develop you more than anything else, how can you be consistent with anything else outside of that? And right now, man, if you work in 2 or 3 jobs, which I applaud that, right? I applaud the gall, I applaud the energy, I applaud whatever mission you on to get money to work 2 or 3 jobs to make it happen for yourself. If that's the case, though, there has to be something working on the back end where your priority is to get things straight, where you don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got some priorities that, you didn't let us know about, or whatever you got going on. That should be top priority. So a chick should have to catch up to you. It would be so blatant that she wants your time. But if that's not the case, stay focused on the mission until you get yourself set, man. Working hard is great. And when I was younger, I had 2, 3 jobs too, but I had responsibilities. I had a whole bunch of responsibilities. I had family members and my own kids, and like I had responsibilities. So I don't know what you got going on. Stay focused on the plan. Do you even have your plan written out? Do you know what you're focused on right now?
But
Say that again?
I have the idea in my mind exactly what I want to do.
Okay, cool. I'm a person that I like to write things out. And remind myself what's going on. I got boards at my house where I write, chores and things I need to accomplish and do. Not set by anybody else, set by me. I got mission things that I want to accomplish and stuff like that. And sometimes I have to realize I can't do everything. So my priority list has to be these things. I may want to do a whole bunch of more stuff, but I really don't have time for it. And I think that start holding yourself consistently accountable on how you are living and what you want to do. And that should be it. And right now, a chick at your job is going to be nothing but a distraction. I'll be honest with you. Especially the one that you ain't really attracted to.
Okay.
That's
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
Miles, anything?
Oh shit. So Eterius, why would you call in about this chick? Why would you call us instead of just going up to the chick and telling her what you want?
Hesitation.
Hesitation?
Yeah. It's like I'm falling back into my old patterns.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, look, I think you should follow Zach's advice and start finding women outside your job, because the fact that you need to call us about that simply means that you don't know what you're doing. So you don't want to fuck anything up at your job, because that's where you make your living.
Yeah.
You understand? So stop being lazy. And like you said, I don't know. You said you're not even that attracted to her. So I don't even know. I don't even see what the fuck is the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have any more questions?
Like about like what is like some ways to improve self-esteem?
What is some ways to improve self-esteem?
Yeah.
I got one for you. Be consistent with yourself. Everybody's human. Nobody's 100% shot, right? Nobody takes an 100% shot, makes a 100% shot. Everybody's human. Everybody wobbles a little bit, but how fast do you get back on track? So you just a minute ago you said, "Hey, I started doing this again, falling back into old habits." Well, since you recognize it and you can say it, then you should be back on track quickly.
Yep, real talk.
And the more you accomplish that, and the more you keep staying consistent with that, things fall in place like dominoes, man. You be surprised when you start pushing the domino, the trajectory, and you can change it so easily, so slightly, but you could also get back on track.
So, well, let me, Eteris, real quick. Let me say this, and let me tell you the deeper root of your problem. Why you're even hollering at that chick to begin with. Part of the reason, and this is for guys who pedestalize women. All you guys do this. So I'm about to help you out. I'm about to show you how insecure you really are, Eterius. I'm about to help you out. So what happened with a lot of you guys, because you don't think you're quote unquote good enough for the more attractive women that you actually really want, you settle for swamp donkeys and mud ducks, right? And you look at these chicks and you look at them because of how they look. And this is the mistake that guys make. Guys think all attractive women think one way and all unattractive women think another way. That's how guys think. And what you have to understand, they're all women. It doesn't matter how attractive men deem women, right? It doesn't matter how attractive you say women are. How women think is not directly tied to how men view them visually. But guys think that. It's the dumbest shit ever. Oh, well, all attractive women? No, right? Or all unattractive women? Who says she unattractive? You? She don't think so. There's mad niggas like Eterius trying to fuck her, so she thinks she a bad bitch. So who decides that she's attractive or unattractive? Right now, let me say this real quick. Again, back to my point though. Because you guys pedestalize the more attractive women, I don't know why, they're just women, right? Because you do that, you think unattractive women, you automatically think they're insecure. I know how you motherfuckers think. You think women that you think are average looking or below, you think they're insecure because you think you're below average looking or average looking.
Oh,
that's why you think that.
Yeah, that's some cool shit right there. Eterius, that's why you want to fuck a chick that you're not even attracted to, bro. Crazy.
And what you don't understand, that so-called woman that you think is unattractive, she thinks she's too good for you though. She think this is why you'll see a woman like there was this a bigger girl, and I don't say that in a disrespectful way, but it was a viral video where a guy tried to hit on her and she wasn't with it, and the guy was calling her fat and all this other shit, and she was like, yeah, but you wanted to fuck this fat pussy though, right? And what it is again, he did the same thing you did, Eterius. Well, one of two things. He either looked at her and thought she was easy because of his perception. Based on how she looked, he thought she was a low self-esteem girl. But here's it. So when you have low self-esteem that's lower than a woman's, she's more confident than you anyway. So why would she want you when she's more confident than you? See how it works, and I'm gonna pass it to y'all. Women always want a man who's more confident than they are. Simply because women go through bouts of insecurities. So the fact that you're even talking to her the way that you're talking to her, she's like, oh, he think I'm easy. And then they got to remind you, nigga, it don't matter how attractive or unattractive a woman is. They still not gonna like you if they don't like you. Go ahead, Phil.
I got you.
All right, Eterius.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Take it easy, bro. And and definitely get back with Zach for another coaching call too, man. Yeah.
And some of y'all are talking about Eterius, but at least he called in.
Yeah, right.
You know, at least he had enough to call in and you know, listen and understand exactly what's going on and get the advice he needed. Some of y'all will talk about somebody but won't call in to get their own advice, judging somebody else. So, you know.
Well, what's very telling, fellas, is he didn't dispute anything that I said. He didn't challenge it. Nothing. He didn't dispute it. But this has been a thing amongst guys for a long time, where you have guys, and this is what they'll say, oh, it doesn't work with the more attractive women. This is what they'll say, oh, it doesn't work. The woman has to be average looking or slightly above. No, what's happening is, it's like you're literally tricking your own mind. Because for whatever reason, you look at this woman who you think is less visually desirable and you approach it differently. Go ahead,
right. All right, we got 646. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
All right, good afternoon, guys. I'm Jay, 34, Long Island, New York.
All right. Shout out to
so
Renee P. Appreciate you. All right.
Yep. So I want to salute you guys first off for bringing the ism out here. Now I just want your advice on a few things, and one of them is learning how to stay grounded while living the life I tend to build and maintain.
Staying grounded while what?
Living or while I'm trying to build and live the life that I want to maintain, which is I'm gonna get more in depth on.
What does mean staying grounded mean to you?
Huh?
What does staying grounded mean to you?
Well, I'm gonna get more in depth on that. If you allow me to explain it.
Well, I mean, what's your so before you get more in depth, because are you asking us how to stay grounded?
Yes, asking y'all how to stay grounded on based on. So what I want to do is describe what is currently in my life and what I want, and stay grounded on how to maintain that.
Okay, real quick, but before you get into the detail, this is very, very simple. When you talk about staying grounded, all that is being disciplined and having focus. That's all that really. Being grounded is really, and also humbling yourself. Let me throw that in there. And now let me throw what Miles talked about, being grateful. All of these things go into that, right? So if you have a vision for yourself, right? If you can, and this is what I tell guys all the time, and I would tell women, I would tell any guy this, any guy who wants to date you seriously, women, ask him, so where do you see yourself at in 5 years? Ask a man that question, women. Don't ask a guy you just fucking, but a guy that you guys are mutually, pondering, seriously dating, ask that man, where do you see yourself at in 5 years? Ladies, the answer he gives you is how you're going to see yourself with him. So if he's like, I ain't really thought much about that. I just been kind of just going with the flow, winging it. That's going to be your life with him, winging it, going with the flow, right? So when you say staying grounded, if you have a vision for yourself and you have a goal and you have a certain quality of life you aspire to achieve, staying grounded means I'm willing to sacrifice anyone and everyone to reach that goal. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
But caller, what are we doing? Why are you asking this question?
All right. Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking that, because I'm gonna, give you a little more details and my life was going on, and it'll hopefully.
But we gave you the answer though. Hold on, real quick. But we get because you real quick. Now you can give us more details, but we gave you the answer though. So right. I'm not sure how the details is going to change the answer. But go ahead.
No. I mean, I'm not looking for a different answer. I got the answer. So, okay, first I wanted to say I'm currently in, therapy, seeing, therapy and both therapy and psychology, on things that I've exposed myself and been exposed to. That's first. So I don't want to get more too in depth on that, but just, that's the first thing. Secondly, as I get older and just, live my life, what I want is, a small little circle of women, who move with my vision, and I can have children with who understand my path.
Okay, real quick. This is what I would tell you, and this is just my honest opinion. If you are actively or currently speaking or seeking counsel from a therapist or a psychologist, I would not recommend talking to us at the same time you're doing that. Because you don't want two trains of thoughts invading your headspace. If that makes sense.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you could elaborate more on that, because I've started to watch y'all more and more, and y'all have your point of view of masculine thoughts and masculine. Yeah. So it's like I kind of compartmentalize when I study y'all on more of how to, date and maintain discipline. I see my psychologist, a therapist on.
So caller, real quick. Hold on, caller, real quick. Hold on, you like to talk a lot. Hold on, real quick. So this is what I would tell you, because we're not, when it comes to psychology and all that, we're not professionals. I mean, at this game we are professionals, but all that other shit. Now, this is what I would tell you again, because you're seeking, you're speaking to a therapist about some deep rooted things you got going on. Here is the problem with learning game. If you have deep rooted issues, that are a hindrance to you taking in new information and applying it, maybe you need to see the therapy to its fruition before you can accept this information. That's all I'm saying. But y'all got it.
Caller?
You understand?
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, no. I was waiting for whoever else wanted to say something. I mean, yeah, K-Zach, I see what you're saying. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, my issues is not that. It was deep, but it's not too deep as I'm starting to understand more and more on who I am. And then, I want to say that's why I said shout out to you guys, because when I discovered y'all guys a while back, I started to put two and two together. And I'm like, you know what, I can like take certain aspects of certain like everybody's information and then apply it to myself. So, but one of the things that I wanted to know more in depth was how like to maintain what I said to y'all guys. Me,
well, main okay.
Be a man that they belong, just be single, not necessarily.
Caller, hold on real quick, brother. Hold on real quick, brother. Hold on real quick. Again, maintaining, bro, is just about discipline and focus. What is your? It's kind of like if you want to be a lawyer. If you want to be a lawyer, you have to immerse yourself and fully commit yourself in what it would take, the financial, mental, emotional, and maybe even the physical investment. Okay, and all it takes is how bad do you want it, and how focused and how disciplined are you? See, we can talk about it, but you're the only one who can make that decision to be consistent with those things.
And I want to let me chime in. This is Jay Roman, and let me chime in real quick with you. Working at a hospital before, what would irritate a lot of people is there was people that would start taking medicine, and they would feel really good, and so then they would stop taking the medicine, not realizing the medicine was part of the factor who was making them feel good. Sometimes when we start something, in the middle of it, we feel really good because we start to realize and see things which make us not want to finish because we feel like, oh, I'm at a great place. But what helped you get to that great place needs to be finished so you can maintain it. And so if you're seeing the psychologist or therapist or whatever, and I can see that you say, hey, I'm in a good place because I'm starting to recognize things and put things together, that's when we should really finish it, right? Continue it so we can really lock in what we've been learning. Sometimes things need to be done in stages. So if this gets to this point and you finish it in that stage and you lock in and you're moving on and everything is cool, then it comes the next stage of rebuilding on top of that. Sometimes the foundation was a little shaky, so you got to secure that foundation up before you can start really rebuilding on top of it. This game will help you, but let's solidify the foundation first and then move on from there. So Zag said it, be consistent, keep moving in alignment of your goals and to go from there. But I would tell you, challenge yourself to finish what you started before moving on and start really taking in a lot of other stuff.
Let me add this, Jay Roman, real quick, caller. I can tell by the way that you're articulating yourself that you overanalyze things, that you're probably an overthinker. And a lot of that comes from being insecure, right? And all being insecure means is that you worry about something, is that you're not confident in something happening a certain way. That's what being insecure means. Like even with the whole body count, when I call dudes insecure, I'm not insecure because it has a negative connotation to it, right? And it means to worry. That's what being insecure means. It means to worry about something, right? So the fact that you're overthinking, it means you're not confident with your choices. Either that or you're not confident with how you view the things that you view. You're not confident that you have the ideologies that you have or the philosophies that you have or the beliefs that you have. You're not confident, right? This is why a lot of guys, they explain themselves to women without even realizing it because they're not comfortable with themselves and they're not comfortable with their choices to live a particular lifestyle. But you got it. All right, J-Ro.
Well, hello?
Oh, you got to call it. Go ahead.
You let me finish, or I didn't want to
Yeah.
say something.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Oh, it's
right.
yeah.
Whenever you are ready, Miles.
Yeah, what you're saying, that part does make sense. I mean, I do overthink on things, and that probably has came through the stuff that I probably experienced throughout my lifetime. Now, as far as the insecurities, that I could say where I'm starting to establish, okay, like before I say I want something, and maybe I've heard too many opinions in my life, which is a problem. I've heard way too many opinions, and I'm like, damn, you know what? Maybe and I realize, wow, I'm pretty much being a people pleaser. So now I'm saying, no, fuck all that. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Now I just need a little bit more guidance on how to maintain that. And then
get with Miles.
We call that.
I would say get with Miles with the masculine identity. I think that would be perfect for you personally.
Yeah, are you on anybody's membership or anybody is you got coaching from anybody yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. Come over to masculine identity membership and sign up, and we can get you straight.
All right, man. I will once again salute you guys.
All right, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for calling in. All right.
Well, all
right. So that's that.
All right, fellas, I gotta go. I appreciate being on the show. Thanks again, Zag, and always a pleasure, Miles.
All right.
You guys have a good Saturday.
All right, take it easy, J. Roman. All right,
brother. All right, Miles, you want to plug anything before we bounce out of here, my brother?
Yeah, real quick. So on this week's masculine identity membership Zoom call, I have a short film that we're going to be reviewing, and the film is one of those. It's about a guy and his girl, and different situations. But we're going to be talking about it, and I'm gonna break it all the way down. And the reason why the film is so dope is because it shows a lot of the mistakes that dudes make, in the dating game and all that type of stuff. So I'm gonna be breaking down a short film. I don't have a title for the topic or anything like that, but we're going to be breaking down a short film that's going to teach a lot of dudes how to move in the dating game. So come through if you want to be a part of that discussion on the Monday night Zoom calls, 11 p.m. Eastern time on the Masculine Identity Membership. Just come over to masculineidentitymembership.com. Go ahead and sign up. Whatever tier you're on, you get access to the Zoom calls. I have 3 different tiers, but whatever tier you're on, you get access to the Zoom calls. So as soon as you sign up, you'll be on the list to get the email. I send out the email at 10:45. The link, I send out the email with the link to the Zoom at 10:45 every Monday at 10:45 Eastern, and then we start at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. Eastern for the Zoom calls. So make sure you guys come over and do that. And K-Zag, it's always a pleasure, bro. Thanks for coming up with the topic, and we appreciate you, man.
Not a problem. So let me go ahead and say this, guys. On the way out, please like, share, and subscribe. For all the callers, appreciate you. For everyone who asked the questions, appreciate y'all. All of the moderators, everyone who participated in the live chat, all the ladies, Renee P, baby girl, in a minute, you are sorely missed when you're not here, right? It's known. It's like where's she at? So shout out to you for coming back, and shout out to all the ladies who participated. We love seeing y'all here. But all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Again, as we always say, you could have been anywhere, but you came through to fuck with us. So we appreciate that. Guys, enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Tomorrow, 11 Central, 12 Eastern, Real Game, No Theory. Myself, Miles Cunningham, Mr. 1950, Steve the Dean, and our homie Lucario come through and fuck with us. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.